Rawe ne, the man himself is with us now in studio. Marlon Williams, he uri no ngaitai, no ngaitahu, kei takutahi ai nei. Marlon, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Julian.
No mai hoa. Hei te pēhea?
Oh, kei te nene.
Ne?
Yeah. Kei te pai though, you know, just been in the midst of kōrero about you know, kōrero about waiata.
Yeah, and unfortunately now you're with me, so apologies for that. But can I just say, first of all, congratulations on the album.
Oh.
I remember, this isn't in my script, by the way, I think it was 2021, I saw you in a studio in Christchurch. Do you remember? And you were saying you were going to do a real album. I don't know what I was doing, you know, kind of fluffing around. And I thought, what an incredibly brave thing to do. And you say, you know, this album is flawed, searching, naive, and brave. But it's just music, and music is sound. It either comes off or it doesn't. So the question is, has it come off?
Well, you know, I feel certain ways about certain bits and other ways about others, and other people will have different opinions. But for me, you know, it's, you know, yeah, I think the older you get as a musician anyway, and the more music you make, the more you come to terms with loss. In terms of, you know, you make these things and they're never exactly what you expected they would be at the start. They change, and you've got to let them go to be able to move on and do other things. But you know, I'm proud of the journey that I went on to make the record. I still love some of the music. You know, just to be completely honest, you know, it's, yeah, you go hot and cold. It's a complex relationship.
Why? See, that interests me because, you know, when I hear the album, and hey, no musical talent, so don't take this on board, but, you know, when I hear the album, I hear someone who's exposing their vulnerabilities. And in it is the emotion, the raw emotion of, as you say, loss, but also of a journey being undertaken. So when you say that you kind of fall out of love and in love with it at different times, do you mean that, you know, that this is different in terms of what you originally set out to do and that it didn't get to where you wanted it to be? Or is it just the sense of that you have changed and your journey has changed?
It's hard to differentiate between those two things, you know. It's, yeah, have I changed, or has the music, I think, you know, for me, I've grown. I'm trying to get used to the discomfort of growth, you know, of finding, you know, of looking back on what you've done and finding it immature, because that's what gives you the gusto to do something new, you know.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Now, immature.
Well, I feel like the me has just been here is immature, and I'm on the precipice of maturity always and never getting there. Yeah.
But you're not talking about the language journey now,
No, I mean, that's sort of a concurrent, similar journey, but I'm just talking purely in terms of making things, you know.
Was it hard exposing or allowing that vulnerability to come through?
You mean in terms of the deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you know, as you quoted me there, it's just accepting that I'm not putting something forward that's going to be a perfect example of reo. It's not going to be tika to the, you know, in every respect. But, you know, I guess making some sort of claim to doing it anyway.
Isn't that what we want, though? I mean, don't we want people, this is just me speaking out loud now, don't we want people that international audiences know and love, who we know as Māori, doing that? Yeah,
I think it's, you know, it's a nuanced thing that you have to navigate carefully, and especially when you're, you know, as it were, broadcasting the signal of from local to international. But you know, I think, yeah, you just got to keep your ear to the ground, I think, with that stuff.
Because we have this view of internationally acclaimed artists. I don't know how that sits with you anyway. It seems it probably doesn't sit well with you watching the doco.
Yeah.
But it seems to us that internationally acclaimed artists are coriaceous. You know, they're a little bit kind of into themselves. You're not that at all. I mean, this documentary shows that. The vulnerability shows that.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know, I'm just me. I have flights of fancy sometimes. I can get up myself, you know, and self-obsessed.
Oh, well, you know, Bradley Cooper and everything else. Yeah, I get I probably would too much more than you would, actually, by the way. There's another issue that you raise in the doco related to the deal, and that's about your singing crew, your backup singing crew, who aren't Māori. You talk about pronunciation, all those kind of things. But I hadn't thought about it, and it was interesting to me. It's the fact that you think that some people might not like the fact that you've got non-Māori singing in Te Reo Māori. What's the problem with that, Marlon?
Well, you know, it's this whole, you know, as a marginalised culture, as a culture that's not part of the mainstream, you know, you're constantly stuck in this game between preservation and innovation. You know, we're about making sure things are right because the signal is limited in terms of what gets out there. So if it's being whitewashed, to use a tricky term, then in some sense you're muddying what needs to be a pure signal, I guess, would be the argument.
Has anyone said that? Has anyone raised it as an issue?
Not directly.
Really?
Not directly, but you know, I've certainly felt it in the air, yeah. And I understand it, you know, and I don't wholly disagree with it either, you know.
What about, though, I mean, this is going to be an album, people know you, as I say, internationally. What do you think the response from the international audience is going to be to Marlon Williams fans, say in America, hearing Marlon Williams singing a whole album in Te Reo Māori?
Well, I think, you know, there's this really beautiful naivety as regards issues Māori, you know, in the international world, obviously, because there's plenty of other stuff going on in the world. So people come to listen to the reo with sort of open ears, without the context of a heightened political, you know, tricky thing, that's a puzzle, you know. There's no weight there. It's just pure sort of naive joy in hearing something that's being made in another part of the world, you know. So you're sort of getting outside of sticky conversations and just, you know, playing music, which is nice.
We've got more from Marlon Williams. Stay with us. I think he's going to sing after the break as well. Marlon Williams on the hui after this. That was Marlon Williams and Whānau singing Kōrero Māori on his new album Te Whareati Weka Weka, and as you can see, he's in the studio with us and he's holding the guitar, so, you know, at the end of the show, I'll sing and he'll play. Hey,
Why not?
No,
You're saying that as a joke.
No, the audience doesn't want that. It's meant to be promoting your album. But just on that, you know, it's been how many albums now, and I still haven't had the invite for the BVs.
Oh,
is that
come
just...
on.
Is that just... is it
I must have sent it to the wrong email, I reckon.
No, but you did me a solid and allowed a song that I composed for you to go on the album. Were you that desperate? Or...
Oh, Julian, that's one of my favourite. In terms of the kupu, there's just such a beautiful set of kupu.
You don't have to butter me.
I'm not buttering you up. Julian Wilcox, right, was my collaborator and co-composer on this record, and I'm very grateful for it. Beautiful work.
The audience won't believe you, but it's okay.
It's
We've
real.
got it on record now. What do you want this album to do? Because Toni Morrison has an interesting quote. Toni Morrison says that all art is political, and it should be. It should be beautiful and inextricably political. But you can do both. Is that the way you see it?
Yeah, I think, you know, if you think about politics in the broader sense about belonging to a polity, then it's, you know, it is. But for me, you know, politics is something that comes downstream for me. It's, you know, I don't write unless, you know, sometimes I write out of anger about the state of the world, but it's always about the state of the world, and then how it, you know, how what you do about it comes later, you know, for me. So, but I write love songs, you know.
Yeah, and that's something that kind of struck me actually when I listened to the album, because you also talk about, and again, we talked about your honesty and vulnerability. You talk about this in the documentary as well, about some of your mates are now going off and getting married and having those celebrations, and you're kind of having a contemplative moment. I don't know if you meant that to slip out or not, but it's in the doco. So
I've seen it here.
was that you being too honest and open? I mean,
Oh, it's just me being, in a little moki moment, just reflecting and thinking about what great things I've gained from travelling the world a lot, but what other lives could have possibly been led, and I guess sort of mourning what I wasn't, what hadn't happened for me, but
really,
yeah, just not in any serious overbearing way, just.
What would you be doing if you weren't doing this? I mean, it seems to me you were made. I know there was something about a trumpet or a trombone. Or
Yeah.
and then everyone found out you could sing.
Yeah, and that I couldn't play the trumpet. But yeah, I don't know.
It seems to me you're made for this.
Yeah, no, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. It's just, you always think about what other possibilities there are and what you're missing out on by living a certain way, and not. But then most of the time you're thinking about just how great it is that you get to live this way.
What's it been like? What have Mum and Dad said? Because I know you've allowed us to share a life with Mama and Papa on the doco. What have they made of it?
Yeah, well, I mean, Mum's only seen little bits and Dad hasn't seen the whole thing. Dad hasn't seen anything. So I think, Dad's looking forward to seeing it, but I think he just wanted to wait and see what, just wait until all the dust had settled, and probably go and watch it at a private cinema somewhere by himself.
Yeah.
But I think that was probably the scariest part was asking them to come and expose themselves as part of my thing. So it's definitely been confronting in a lot of different directions, but that's the kaupapa.
And going back to Ngāi Tai, going back to the marae.
Back to Tōrere.
Because you know what Māoris are like, they'll all be like, okay, yep, the voice is from our side, not the Ngāi Tai side.
God.
The Ngāi Tai side, we go, no. He talks about Aoraki all the time, it's from us and all that kind of thing.
Talk about politics. Yeah, no, but it was so warm that, I mean, both up in Tōrere and then down in, went and hung out down in Moeraki and Arahura more recently, and, both sides have just been warm in different ways.
Yep, okay, well, I'll let you deal with that issue as you kind of forge your way through it as they all watch the doco and, of course, listen to the album. Congratulations.
Oh, tēnā koe.
It's a
Thank you,
beautiful
Julian.
album. I wish you all the best for it. But also just thank you for allowing people to just see more of you.
Oh.
And experience you, because we've seen and heard you overseas, and as I say, that maxim of internationally hot, locally not, you're kind of the antithesis to that. You've proven that actually isn't true.
Oh, kia ora. Thank you.
E mihi ana kia koe. Nā re te iwi, koe rā a tātou kōrero i tātou hui tēnei wā. E mihi ana ki tō tātou maniuti ori kia Marlon, ki hātia e hoa mā, koe rā wā tātou kōrero. Kua hiki ake te kete kōrero a te hui tēnei wā. Next week, we have a political panel, going from the sublime to the political panel, and our guests on that show. And man, do we have heaps to talk about in the world of politics. Until then, e ngā iwi kia mau, ki te tūranga o Taputapu Aotea, haumi e, hui e, tai ki e, and to sing us out of the show, the one and only Marlon Williams.
Ko au anake ki te waka, ki te moana. Ka ore kau he matangi, ka ore he aha nei. Titiro mai, te ana. Ka tau ke atu nei, aua atu rā. Ka mate au ki te moana, Māori e. Ka ore oku tū manako, ka ore he aha nei. Anana e, te ama ka tau ke atu nei au atu rā e kore au hoki anō ki a koe kaore e hoki anō ki toka e ngā e kore au hoki anō ki a koe kaore e hoki anō ki toka e ngā ko au anake ki te waka ki te moana ka hore kau he matangi ka hore he ahanei aroha mai te ama ka tau ke atu nei au atu rā